Hey, hi everybody! I hope you're all having a good day. I hope you're all smiling and enjoying your lovely day. In this following tutorial, I'm going to be giving you the tour of the Discover tab inside of Warudo. So, in case you don't know, the Discover tab is actually where you can be able to access Steam Workshop related items, so that way you can be able to download or you can even share them to other people and just have some fun with some creativity. So, let me give you the tour. Now here, Discover here, you can be able to search up some stuff. Like let's say maybe you want to look up a certain plugin that somebody recommended. Let's say the animator plugin. And maybe you're probably struggling to find that plugin somewhere. So what you can do is you can utilize these categories in order to help you find things much more easily. So animator, set this to plugins. You can be able to see that, oh look, there's the animator plugin that I wanted to get that somebody recommended me. So you can be able to use the search bar to find some things. Do keep in mind, though, that there may be some things that may not be on the workshop quite yet. Like, let's say, for example, if I look up a fish on the workshop, as you can see, nobody has made a fish model in Warudo quite yet. But eventually, maybe you can make your own and you can share it. And finally, this might be some outdated info that there's a fish in Warudo. But either way, search bar, you can use categories. So maybe if you're trying, you're wondering like what kind of things does Warudo have from that the community shared. You can see in the characters here. You can see there's my Test-kun and Test-chan if you want to download those study models, or maybe if I want a special environment, like all the fancy environment that Warudo be having. Yes, it's all in here. You can get some cities and beautiful snow areas, a pirate island, Silent Hill, or just all this beautiful stuff here. You can also download some props. So maybe if you don't want to make your own props, you can download some from here. Look, it's Toothless. And then some dragon for Lunar New Year. And then there's a drawing tablet if you're an artist, angel wings, a fluffy cat, all of this cool stuff that you can download. And then you can also be able to get some plugins as well. There's a lot of cool plugins that you can get. I will say though, make sure you have like when it comes to the plugin stuff, make sure that you actually, and this also goes with everything else as well, make sure that you actually download things that you do plan on using, because when Warudo does start up, especially with the plugins, it may take Warudo even longer to load if you have way too many plugins downloaded and you're not using them. So make sure that when you download the plugin, give it a try, but if you don't end up using the plugin at all, make sure you uninstall afterward. You can always reinstall it if you ever change your mind. So let's say, for example, let's say this one here, you can be able to, of course, download things by clicking on the subscribe button. So I can press on like if I want to give it some love. I can press on subscribe. So, I can be able to download this. It is free. Just because it says subscribe does not mean you're paying. No, it's completely 100% free. That's just how Steam calls download stuff. So you can download, and of course if you need some more information about this, you can also view on Steam if you like, especially if you want to access some pictures that maybe Steam is showing up but maybe not Warudo. Either way, you can check out for more information here. You can also check out the other info here as well, like what's the file size, when was it published, when was it updated especially, and then of course the description in case there's maybe some instructions on how you can set up the plugin or something like that. So you can do all that cool stuff. And also remember, by the way, that if the creator does happen to update an item, it is auto updated. So don't worry about having to check regularly on if there's an update or not. It will update automatically if the creator made an update. So keep that in mind. But otherwise, though, pretty much, you can be able to download from there. And also, if you want to, of course, uninstall the plugin, you can also just click on unsubscribe and you should be able to uninstall it just fine. There's also miscellaneous if you want things that are like not really defined, like let's say some silly animations and all of that. That's where miscellaneous tends to be at. But either way, you can also do some sorting as well if you like, depending on if you want to check out what's more popular or something like that, depending on the category. But even then, though, I usually mainly just use this category for the most, but you can, it doesn't hurt to check out these sorting categories here. You can also check out some items that you have subscribed to simply by clicking on subscribe items, and you can go through your list here. As you can see, I have plenty of things downloaded. I use the anime parameter flow tools. I have the VTube Studio receiver, the get average color nodes for my reactive lights. I even have some environments downloaded as well, thanks to SLM. Thank you. SLM is also, by the way, they work with Warudo, so if you happen to see them, give them some love because they help create all of these they convert all these beautiful environments to Warudo, so definitely really nice to check out. Either way, you can also go to publish items right here as well. This is the items that you, of course, publish. You can even share some items as well by creating item here. You can set a title, description, a tag, depending on if it's a character, prop, plugin, or maybe something that's undefined, like let's say an animation, or maybe an image that you want to share, something like that. You can even add files, which I'll say if you want to, have a file shared to other people, make sure that that file is in your Warudo setup, by the way. So let's say you want to share some animations, make sure that that animation is in your data folders, which I'll quickly show you what, like you click on the paw here, open data folder, and then you can check, let's say, character animations. Yeah, so here, make sure that depending on what you want to share, whether it's an animation, a character, an environment, or something, make sure that they're in these folders so that way Warudo can detect it. Either way though, once you add your file, you can also be able to add a preview just simply by clicking on open images, adding the PNG or JPEG image there. You can select here on what you want to use and, have like a nice little thumbnail. You can also have visibility. So let's say if you want to have it public or maybe private, like you want other people, like let's say your friends, download your model or something like that, but you only want it to be for specific people, you can set up like that and all that. You can do that. You can also set it where it requires attribution. So if someone has to credit the asset, you can make sure to say yes. So that way, when they look on view on Steam button, they can be able to see if it requires attribution or not. And then, of course, before you submit, make sure that you click on this link here and agree to the Steam subscriber agreement, because if you don't do it, you're going to get an error message. So make sure you agree. Otherwise, though, you can click on OK, and then you can submit away. So that's pretty much, at least, how you can share items. If on the Discovery tab, you happen to find a prop, let's say you see a couple of props made by a certain someone, and let's say you're curious about what other things they have probably shared in the the Warudo workshop, you can actually be able to click on the person's name right here, and it'll actually show you their Steam profile if you wish to give them a little follow or just check out the different kinds of stuff that they have shared. So that way, any relevant stuff, assets that they have created that you probably would want more from them, you could be able to check it out here and then download as many stuff as you like from that particular person. I will also say one last thing before I go. There may be some items you see that mention Warudo Pro or URP. You may be wondering, what the heck is that? URP stands for Universal Rendering Pipeline, which is exclusive to Warudo Pro users. If you want more information regarding what the heck Unity URP versus Unity built-in render pipeline, I'll leave in the description below that video where I kind of explain what the heck it's for and such. But otherwise, all I can say is that for most Warudo users, please stay away from the URP or anything that mentions Warudo Pro. And for the most part, you'll tend to have the non-URP version anyways. So let's say, for example, if you were to download the food props that I have over here, you can see that there is the Warudo Pro version here, but then there is the non-Warudo Pro version here. So if you don't have Warudo Pro, you can download the one that doesn't mention URP at all. If you are curious about Warudo Pro, however, and maybe on how you can purchase it, you can actually email Tiger regarding that. I sadly can't give you much information regarding Warudo Pro. It is a case-to-case basis, so please email Tiger for more information about Warudo Pro for your certain, your specific circumstances if you want it, or just getting some general info about Warudo Pro. But either way, though, that's pretty much it for the Discover tab of Warudo. I'd like to see some cool creative stuff that you have that you want to share with the community, or if you don't want to like create stuff, I hope to see you guys utilizing these props so that way you can make some really fun, beautiful pictures, videos, and have fun with your stream with all these amazing assets that Warudo has to offer. And I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye! Thank you to all my Snowflake members. In case you don't know, I have YouTube membership, so if you want to further support this channel and what I do, then feel free to join the Snowflake members. Otherwise though, just your support means so much to me, and I appreciate every ounce of it. Either way though, with that being said though, hey, goodbye everyone! I hope to see you guys next time, okay? Bye bye!